Mayor, I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Elmwood Park Mayor and Council for January 17th, 2013 to order at 8:02 p.m. On roll call, council members Catamagna.
Here.
Castiglia is absent due to a work-related commitment. Councilmember Comboy.
Here.
Petagano.
Here.
Poncino.
Here.
Coletti.
Here.
Mayor Mola.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Will everyone please rise for our prayer and flag salute? Oh God, our Father, we ask you to bless our meeting which we trust to your fatherly care and protection. Please remove all selfishness and prejudice from our heart and plant in a keen sense of justice and a greater love to you and our neighbor. Guide us in our deliberations so our decisions will always please you and bring peace and happiness to our community. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Whereas Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of the State of New Jersey requires the commencement of each meeting a statement by the presiding officer, now therefore be advised the meeting requirements of this meeting have been met by posting an annual notice in the Record of Hackensack and the Herald News of Woodland Park, and by posting such notice in the office of the Borough Clerk as well as in the public place within the municipal building, and by notifying interested citizens. Said notice was posted on January 1, 2013.
Mayor, under the approval of minutes this evening, we have the January 1st, 2013 reorganization meeting, the January 3rd, 2013 regular meeting, and the January 10th, 2013 executive session.
May I have a motion on all three, please?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Boncino, second by Mr. Conboy. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered.
Mayor, this evening we have our biannual tradition of installing our fire company officers for the years 2013 and 2014. And at this time, I would ask everybody to rise as we present the lieutenants from the Elmwood Park Fire Department.
Forward, march. Left, 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 right, left, 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 left. Honor guard, halt. Left, face. Parade, rest.
You all please sit down. You don't have to raise your hand. Please be aware, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to do it for the captain. I'm going to do it for a couple others. And when we get to the chief, I want you to join in. You'll know it by heart. Repeat after me, please. I, repeat your name.
I
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the
and the
United States
Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
the duties of the office of lieutenant
the duties of the office of lieutenant
and the Elmwood Park Fire Department.
in the Elmwood Fire Department.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, gentlemen. Thank you.
Mayor,
I think you gentlemen have discussed.
you guys will just follow me. At this time, I'd ask the honor guard to escort in the captains for the Elmwood Park Fire Department.
Ladies and gentlemen, I repeat the name.
I, Robert Otterberger,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of the office of captain
all the duties of the office of captain
in the Elmwood Park Fire Department.
in the Elmwood Park Fire Department.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Thank you.
At this time, I would ask the honor guard to escort in William Shadwell, 1st Battalion Chief, and Joseph Arena, 2nd Battalion Chief.
You're starting to get the flavor of the... I repeat your name.
I, William Shadwell,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey
and the Constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of this state,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments
in
established
the United States
and the United States
and in this state,
and this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people,
And I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
the duties of the office of Battalion Chief
to the office of battalion chief
in the Elmwood Park Fire Department.
in the Elmwood Park Fire Department.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congrats.
I'd ask the Honor Guard to escort in Assistant Fire Chief Michael Pressler.
And since we only have one, is there any family members that want to hold the Bible? Please come up and we'll do that. That's a big book, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, you hold the book up. Oh my goodness, you don't hold it. That is it. Now you have to hold the flag.
Yeah, come here.
That's it.
Yeah, right here.
You know what? I think I have an idea.
Oh,
Well,
perfect.
how about it? You stand on here, okay? And then you're gonna be bigger than I am. You're almost.
There you go.
Now hold it just like that, and Daddy's gonna do his thing. Okay? Raise your right hand. I repeat your name.
I, Michael Pressler,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same,
and to the governments established
to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
And I will faithfully,
I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of the office of Assistant Fire Chief
of the office of Assistant Fire Chief
in the Borough of Elmwood Park.
for Elmwood Park.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congrats. Great job you did. And someday you're gonna be as big as, no, I don't know.
Congratulations, buddy.
I was only kidding. No joining in now.
Before we introduce the main event, the fire chief, I'd like to ask Angelo Castronovo, the chaplain for the Elmwood Park Fire Department, to come forward and offer a prayer.
Honor guard, and shut.
Please rise.
Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication. With thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guide your hearts and minds along the way. That reading is from Philippians chapter 4, and certainly provides quite a bit of inspiration as we reflect on the recent past and much of the tumult that we've witnessed. And as human nature, we, in addition to reflecting on the past, we also tend to try and figure out and prognosticate the future. And much of it comes out of worrying, much of it comes out of fear, because we never know what our future will hold. We worry about our families, we worry about our jobs. And that reading was the inspiration for an old hymn entitled, "Why Worry When You Can Pray?" And it certainly is a very inspirational line, because out of the fear that we have, out of the worry that we have for the future, if we can just pause and place that all in God's hands. he certainly never turns away from us. It's up to us to place our future with him and to approach him. For in the Lord we are always welcome. Now let us pray. Heavenly Father, look down upon us gathered here today to celebrate the beginning of a new year. We thank you for calling us to the vocation which we have so faithfully answered, and for all the years that you have given us to love and to serve our neighbors. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. I'd ask everyone to remain standing as I ask the honor guard to escort in Elmwood Park Fire Chief Scott Mutel to also be escorted in by the Clan Naval Pipe Band. Please be seated.
I, repeat the name,
I, Scott Mutel,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
and I will bear true faith and
to
allegiance
the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
And I will faithfully,
And I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
justly perform
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
Fire Chief
of Fire
in
Chief
the Borough of Elmwood Park.
in the Borough of Elmwood Park.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
I hope you're still available for cheesesteaks.
Chief, if you'd like to make a few remarks.
Sure.
Good evening, everybody. I'm honored to be your chief and humbled to have been chosen by you. As most of you know, I am by no means perfect, but I do promise to give my all to you in the next 2 years as your chief. I'll work alongside each of you to keep this department safe and to make sure that we have what we need to protect our town. We do what we do simply because we want to. We want to make a difference in this world in the short time we are here on earth. Together, let us make the Elmwood Park Fire Department an example of integrity. Remember, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Just a few thanks. I want to thank my parents, my mom, and my dad who cannot be here. I'm just very proud to be your child, and thank you for, giving me a smack on the head. To my wife and kids, thank you for standing beside me on this journey in life. I may not always physically be there, but for you, you are the force that drives me and makes me the best man that I can be. To my friends and family, thank you for all your support, and thank you for the understanding when I have to leave at the sound of the tones in the middle of any activity. Thank you for listening to my sometimes rambling rants, and for you understanding my many moods. And again, thank you, my fellow firefighters. With God's help and the support of one another, let us safely continue guarding our neighbors and protecting their property. Let us leave a mark on this world. Let us be an example of integrity as members of the Elmwood Park Fire Department. I just have one more thing I want to do. Jackie, can you come on up, please? One of our members, Donnie Lear, who I became chief, had passed away, and he had taught me a lot being chief, and for him this was going to be his night. And I just want to give you a little token from me to just show how much he meant to all of us. I give you a chief shield that you can put on his helmet.
Chief, congratulations.
Thank you.
We certainly appreciate all you've done and all the men and women who are here from the fire department. We need you. You know we need you, and we want you to stay healthy, and please be careful as your duty asks you to perform. And I'd also like to congratulate and thank our past chief, immediate past chief, Mr. Sulik. Raise your hand, Mike. Thank you for what you've done. And thank all of you here for everything that you've done and hopefully won't do. Hopefully we don't have any fires. But that's something that only God can tell us is going to happen. So thank you very much.
Just one more thing. Everybody, you're all invited back to Company 4 for some refreshments.
Company 4,
Yes.
are we invited?
Sure.
Can we leave now?
I move.
Thank you. Listen, we're going to
Second.
continue with the meeting, but I'm going to call a short recess. If anybody wants to leave, if you want to stay for the meeting, that's fine with us. But we'll just, because we have it on tape, we'll ask you to, if you're leaving, to do that now. Thank you. What? Is anybody going to dismiss the color guard? Mr. Kazmark, will you call the meeting to order and take the roll, please?
Mayor, at this time, we'll resume the meeting at 8:32 p.m. On roll call, council members Catamagna. Here. Castiglia is absent. Conboy. Here. Pettigano. Here. Monsino. Here. Coletti.
Here.
Mayor Mola.
Here.
We have a quorum. Mayor, this evening under ordinances on first reading, we have Resolution 34-13. Introduce Ordinance 13-02 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled An Ordinance to Amend Chapter 7 of the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park entitled Traffic by amending Section 7-11 and 7-14.1 thereof be passed and adopted on first reading. And be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, February 7th, 2013, at 8 p.m. or soon thereafter, as the same can be heard, at which time and place persons interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be and he is hereby authorized to advertise in a legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
Motion, please. Moved by Mr. Boncino. Councilman Boncino, second.
Second?
Second by Councilman Coletti. Any discussion?
Yes, Mayor. If you recall, 2 weeks ago on the 3rd, we attempted to introduce this ordinance, and Councilman Castiglia pointed out that there would be a problem with the verbiage in terms of how we limit the parking. Again, this is for alternate side parking on Orange Avenue. And indeed, Councilman Castiglia was correct. So we just had to go back and add the verbiage that it limits this ordinance to Route 4 to Magnolia Street. That's the only change we made after the table limit. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Boncino. Any other discussion? Call the roll, please.
On roll call, council members Catamagna,
Abstain. I was not involved in this discussion in the past. I'm still a little confused about the parking situation. So, abstain.
Councilman Conboy,
Yes.
Pettigano,
Yes.
Boncino,
Yes.
Coletti.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution 35-13, introduce ordinance 13-03 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance to amend, an ordinance entitled, an ordinance to establish the Water Department of the Borough of Elmwood Park, Bergen County, New Jersey, to fix the rates and prices to be charged for the use of water and establish rules and regulations for the distribution, supply, use, and protection of said water, and penalties for the violation of certain said rules and regulations, be passed and adopted on first reading, and be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, February 7th, 2013, at 8 p.m., or as soon thereafter, as same can be heard, at which time and place all persons interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be and he is hereby authorized to advertise in a legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Conboy, second.
Second.
Mr. Pettigano. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
On roll call, council members Catamagna.
Yes.
Castiglia is absent. Conboy,
Yes.
Pettigano,
Yes.
Boncino,
Yes.
Coletti.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Mr. Caswell, just 1 minute. The rates that are going up for the cost of water, we just, Valley increases our rates, and we're increasing the rates for the community the same amount that we're being increased.
Resolution 36-13, introduce ordinance 13-04 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled a bond ordinance to authorize the acquisition and installation of emergency generators in the municipal building and the recreation building in the Borough of Elmwood Park in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $450,000 to pay the cost thereof, to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of bonds, to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds, be passed and adopted on first reading, and be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, February 7th, 2013, at 8 p.m. or soon thereafter, as same can be heard, at which time and place all persons interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be and he is hereby authorized to advertise in a legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Councilman Conboy, Councilman Boncino. Any discussion?
Mayor, I'd just like to make a quick comment, if I may.
Sure.
First, I'm excited for us that we're going to be replacing the generator right outside here at Borough Hall, which is desperately needed, this unit to power us as we keep learning, unfortunately, from these tragedies, these storms like Hurricane Sandy, and then, of course, the year before that, Irene. Our department heads have picked out different areas that we need to continue to improve and be able to be operational, and this is a great step here. To do that, we've had one here, and it's now way outdated, and we've gotten every ounce of life out of it that we can to keep us functional and be able to communicate with the residents in a better flow. But I'm also excited that we're going to be having one down at the Recreation Center. It's one building that doesn't have one. That recreation building now would be able to be utilized in a case of a long-term, prolonged storm, if it had to do anything different than what it provides now. So it's been a thing, and it's good to see it finally coming to an end and to be finished, because it's something we've been working on now for about a year and a half, so I'm glad that it's going to happen. Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
Mayor, if I may?
Mr. Coletti.
I'd like to expound on Councilman Comboy's message there, that the importance here is self-evident. If we look at what Sandy did, there was a lot of municipalities that were down, a lot of functions that were down, but this government kept running. And you look at the figure, $450,000, it sounds like a lot, but it's really negligible when you take into account that the government kept going. And it's obvious that these generators have reached their life expectancy, so it is time to replace them. Just like us someday, guys.
Any other
How
comments?
close to the mayor?
Call the roll, please.
On roll call, council members Catamagna.
Yes.
Castiglia is absent. Conboy.
Yes.
Petagano.
Yes.
Bonsino.
Yes.
Coletti.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, this evening under the consent agenda, we have Resolution 37-13, payment of bills, Resolution 38-13, confirmation of checks, Resolution 39-13, confirmation of payroll, Resolution 40-13, resolution to refund taxpayers overpayment due to County Board of Taxation adjustments, Resolution 41-13, authorize coin toss events, Elmwood Park Fire Department Defender Company 2, Resolution 42-13, stipulation of settlement, Lukoil North America LLC versus the Borough of Elmwood Park. Resolution 43-13, a resolution authorizing action on the POL-EPL premium options. Resolution 44-13, appointment of dispatcher Corey Raymond. Resolution 45-13, appointment of fire subcode official Philip Chesky. Resolution 46-13, resolution to abate interest, and Resolution 47-13, appoint volunteer firefighter Joseph Hutzaput.
Motion, please.
So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I move.
Mr. Conboy, second. Mr. Boncino, any discussion?
Mayor, if I may, just point out for the council's edification, Resolution 44-13, appointment of dispatcher. We had one of our three initial dispatchers resign due to health reasons, and the chief has recommended the appointment of this person in place of that individual. And Resolution 45-13, we are appointing a fire subcode official to replace our current fire subcode official due to the outcome of a civil service examination.
Thank you. Appointments?
We need a roll call.
I'm sorry. Call the roll, please.
On roll call, council members Catamagna.
Yes.
Castiglia is absent. Conboy.
Yes.
Petagano.
Yes.
Monsino.
Yes.
Coletti.
Yes.
Appointments to various boards and mandated resolutions, starting with Resolution 48-13. To the Borough Council, I hereby nominate and with your advice and consent appoint Arlene Levine to the Board of Health for a period of 3 years, term ending December 31st, 2015. Respectfully submitted, Richard A. Mola, Mayor. Resolution 48-13, appointment of member of the Board of Health. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that the appointment of Arlene Levine to the Board of Health for a period of 3 years, term ending December 31st, 2015 be, and the same is hereby confirmed.
Motion, please. Mr. Boncino, second.
Second.
Mr. Petagano, discussion? Call the roll.
On roll call, council members Catamagna.
Yes.
Castiglia is absent. Conboy.
Yes.
Petagano.
Yes.
Monsino.
Yes.
Coletti.
Yes.
Motion carries. To the Borough Council, I hereby nominate and with your advice and consent appoint Julie McCauley to the Board of Health for a period of 3 years, term ending December 31st, 2015. Respectfully submitted, Richard A. Mola, Mayor. Resolution 49-13, appointment of Board of Health member. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that the appointment of Julie McCauley to the Board of Health for a period of 3 years, term ending December 31st, 2015 be, and the same is hereby confirmed.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Coletti, second. Mr. Boncino, any discussion? Call the roll.
On roll call, council members Catamagna.
Yes.
Castiglia is absent. Conboy.
Yes.
Petagano.
Yes.
Monsino.
Yes.
Coletti.
Yes.
Motion carries. To the Borough Council, I hereby nominate and with your advice and consent appoint Ronald Vicari to the Board of Adjustment for a period of 4 years, term ending December 31st, 2016. Respectfully submitted, Richard A. Mola, Mayor. Resolution 50-13, appointment of member of the Board of Adjustment. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that the appointment of Ronald Vicari to the Board of Adjustment for a period of 4 years, term ending December 31st, 2015, be and the same is hereby confirmed.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Coletti, second. Mr. Vancino, discussion?
Yes, Mayor, I'd like to say something. As Mr. Coletti just said, one day we'll all be replaced after so many years. I think I agree with him, except the mayor doesn't agree with that. I just want to say that I'm sure that Mr. Vicari is a very knowledgeable man, and what I don't understand, why he has to serve two different boards, the planning board, the zoning board. I think that's wrong. And I thought I have the support by other members on our council to vote this, perhaps to fix once and for all. But somehow, we don't stick with the words. People don't stick with the words. They get convinced easy, or maybe they are making promises. That's a shame. We have to run the borough according to the people they elect us, not according to the mayor. So my vote is no.
Any other discussion? Call a roll.
On roll call, council members Catamagna,
No.
Castiglia is absent, Conboy,
Yes.
Patagano,
No.
Lonsino,
Yes.
Coletti.
Yes.
Motion carries. To the Borough Council, I hereby nominate and with your advice and consent appoint Timothy Mooney to the Library Board for a period of 5 years, term ending December 31st, 2017. Respectfully submitted, Richard A. Mola, Mayor. Resolution 51-13, appointment of Library Board member. Please be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that the appointment of Timothy Mooney to the Library Board for a period of 5 years, term ending December 31st, 2017, be and the same is hereby confirmed.
Excuse me. Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Coletti and Mr. Vancino, discussion? Call a roll, please.
On roll call, council members Catamagna.
Yes.
Castiglia is absent, Conboy.
Yes.
Patagano.
Yes.
Lonsino.
Yes.
Coletti.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, that concludes the voting portion of the meeting.
Committee reports, Mr. Catamagna.
At this time, I have progress, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Conboy.
Thank you, Mayor. On a couple of fronts, I'd just like to report, we'll be meeting soon. Our CFO, Rodrigo Tano, has been preparing our budgets. Our department heads have gotten in all the things they'd like to require for the upcoming budget season. I know that there'll be several meetings. The CFO will be meeting with our clerk tomorrow or next week. I don't know if he knows that or not yet, how he knows.
I do. Making a trip to the auditor.
But they'll be going over their wish list of items and review. So I know they'll do a diligent job. And then it will come to us and we'll go through it all and decide whether or not we want to have department heads come in or not and so forth. So just to explain budget procedures. So that's on that front. On a recreation front, the rec board reorganized on Tuesday. At the same time, a guest of the rec board was our superintendent, Dr. Tomko. I'm very pleased to share with everyone that over the last couple of months, we've been able to work a little bit, lines of communication had opened up with the school district, and that we've been able to work and maneuver around a couple of things. And I think I can report on a positive side that some steps will be made in the upcoming months. So hopefully we'll have only one summer camp here in town. There seems to be a willingness on both sides to make that work. And this weekend, a number of some of the sports that we have multiples of in town are going to meet, and hopefully there'll be some progress made there, and to help bring those back together as well. So very positive things are happening down at the recreation, and I want to thank the rec board and our rec director, Ms. Pugliese, and everybody who's working hard there to try to have our town move forward in a lot of positive ways. So on that front, I just again would like to thank our outgoing fire chief, Mike Sulik. Mike and his entire family and even his father have served our community for decades, and I want to thank the entire Sulik family. I want to thank all of our volunteers that were here tonight, all of our men and women of our fire department who go out there and keep us safe in the middle of the night while we're all sleeping. They're out on either a false alarm, thank God a false alarm, but when they do get called out, they're out there right away, and they all come out together. So I want to thank them and wish Scott Mutel. I've known Scott a long time. His family as well are great volunteers in our community. His wife Anne-Marie, who was here, she's a volleyball coach over at St. Leo's, and Scott himself is the track coach, and they give a lot back to our community, not just as from the fire department. And their lovely family, their son Sean, their daughter Erin, who goes to school with my son Matt. They've been in kindergarten together since they'll be both graduating from St. Leo's this year, and their little daughter Megan, and his mom, Scott's mom. So they do a fantastic job. Just want to congratulate all of them. Thank you, Mayor.
Mr. Boncino.
Yes, Mayor, thank you. First, I also would like to congratulate Chief Butel and all the newly installed officers of the Elmwood Park Fire Department. I wish them all the best as they embark on this new leadership position over the next 2 years. I also like to thank all the members of the department for their service and professionalism to the community of Elmwood Park. And I'd also go and thank former Chief Mike Sewell for his service as a leader of the department. Mr. Kansbrook mentioned an appointment of a new dispatcher. As you know, we appointed 3 dispatchers. One of the original 3 decided a career in dispatching wasn't for him, so the chief and his staff went through the candidates and selected the next one on the list. And I'd like to welcome Mr. Raymond aboard. We're also going to be moving forward with the promotion of a sergeant very shortly. Probably the February meeting will do that. And one last point is New Jersey Sen, where we buy gas and electric commodity as a buying group with other municipalities in New Jersey. The gas auction will take place at the end of the month. We're currently processing paperwork to be part of that auction, and probably the February meeting I'll have the results of the auction to report. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Pettigano.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to say I am now appointed to the Board of Health. I met with them this week, and I think the mayor had something to do with that because my wife complains I'd never go to the doctor. I guess there's some way to get there. But in any case, in February, there are free vaccines for children, morning and evening clinics by appointment. This is for Elmwood Park, Saddlebrook, and Lodi families. Free vaccinations for children, infants up to 18 infants and up to 18 years of age. For families without insurance, people waiting for family care, and these are by appointment. And it's held at the municipal building in a private medical room. Adult health consultation and blood pressure program on February 19th from 9:30 till 11. That's held at the Senior Center at Boulevard and Market. You can just walk in, no appointment is necessary, and it's free. Elmwood Park, Saddlebrook, and Lodi adults are all welcome. Also, please get your animals registered, cats and dogs. Hopefully there's no other types. All pet owners are required to have licenses, proof of rabies vaccination certificate is necessary, licensing of dogs and cats. You can obtain a license at the health department between the hours of 9 and 4 Monday through Friday. Forms are available at the health department. And I want to thank Debbie Ricci for welcoming me. I had a nice little meeting with them the other day, and they do have some issues, and I'm hoping I can help them out. And I also like to thank all the firefighters that were inducted tonight. And I want to thank Mike Sulik and congratulate Scott Mutel. And the best of luck to all firemen, and I hope we have a very, very safe year. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Coletti.
Congratulations to all the newly installed fire officers, and especially to their families, because they put up with a lot of sacrifice, as well as the firemen do. We cannot say enough about the sacrifice that they put in for us and their families once again. As the mayor has said earlier this evening, that we wish them a safe year, and hopefully there's not one single fire. And while we're on the topic of the fire department, Tuesday evening I attended their captain's meeting as their newly appointed liaison, and they all spoke very well of their former liaison, Mr. Rich Tawinski, and saddened to see that he was gone. On January 26th, they will be hosting their annual installation dinner at 7 p.m. Other than that, all is well with the department. The Joint Insurance Fund met on January 16th, yesterday. This was my first attending meeting since being appointed liaison. It was their reorganizational meeting. Discussions ensued on payments pursuant to Hurricane Sandy. The good news is the fund is in very good financial shape to pay out these claims. This was music to my ears. First time in there, it told me that the fund is being ran very well. Regarding our school district and the assignment of a state monitor, this isn't an auspicious moment, to say the least, for our town, and some may view it as downright embarrassing. It is a black eye with perhaps a silver lining. We all know black eyes go away, and let's hope this problem is resolved quickly and goes away. Mayor?
Thank you. I just have two items. Number one, we have in the past been in contact with the Bergen County Parks Department to clean up our park here in Elmwood Park, get the trees removed and so forth, and we've been promised this is going to be done. Mr. Kazmark sent them another letter at our request, and we'll wait and see. The reason we've been told, and it's understandable, there are a lot of parks in Bergen County. Some of them have many trees, and they're still going around cleaning up the other parks also. So we're on the list, and we'll just keep up after them and see that those trees are removed, and we finally get a walking path through there. The second item I just mentioned to the council before the meeting, I spoke to our CFO, and we're going to attempt to get things worked out so that you can pay your taxes with a credit card. It hasn't been done yet. He's just working on it, but we're looking at that possibility. Other than that, I'd like to open the public. Anyone in the public who wishes to be heard?
Mayor, while he's coming to the podium, that means I'm going to have to give my wife a credit card?
That's your prerogative.
That's kind of dangerous.
Yes, you can spend significant money that way.
Yes. On the way, I hope she doesn't stop off and do some shopping.
Mr. Conti.
Steve Conti, 274 Market Street. First, I'd like to congratulate Frank and Clem.
Thank you.
It's been an interesting year, to say the least. The generators the one that's here and the one they're installing at the Board of Rec, those are gas generators, natural gas?
Yes.
Okay. I know we hired the dispatchers. Is there thoughts about hiring police officers?
We had one leave and we rehired one when he left. We hired, what, 3 so far?
We hired 2 in 2012, and we're replacing one that resigned this year,
Okay, so
February.
how many officers do we actually have on the force at this time?
So now we're back at the, minus the leadership positions, we're back at the same staffing level of officers, which is,
37, I think.
yeah, it's 30, I think it's 33 officers plus,
Oh, yeah.
33 patrolmen plus the officers.
Getting back to the CO ordinance, I was happy it was passed. After it was passed, I had spoken to a couple of real estate agents locally that I'm friendly with, and they were actually taken aback as to why this wasn't passed earlier. They feel a lot of the other towns' CO ordinances are like ours, and they feel this is going to be a benefit in reference to getting stores rented here. And that's all I have to say about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else who wishes to be heard? If not, I'll close the public portion of the meeting. And it's 9 o'clock. We want to hang around a while? May I have a motion to adjourn? Mr. Conboy?
Second.
Second, Mr. Pettigano. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? So ordered. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Did you shut that yet? Okay, hold on. I have something that I want to mention. If you want to watch this on cable, It's Monday, 2 p.m., I forgot to mention this before, Monday at 2 p.m., Channel 77, Wednesday at 4 p.m., and Friday at 12 p.m. You can also watch this on our website, www.elmwoodparknj.us. Thank you.
That's it, folks. Who used to say that?